Howdy Squatches, welcome back to Sasquatch Jimmy Outdoors. Today it's all about the Savotta Kahakka 25 liter, the skirmish bag. Let's check it out. Hey Horns, this video is not sponsored, but if you want the darkest of roast, this is what you want, essay. If this coffee was a duck, it would be Mallard Luther King. And it's only about 50 cents a serving. Alright, Squatches. I know this is the one you've been waiting for. I've been teasing it for months. But to really be fair, I had to use this pack a lot. And the reason why is because of this pack's competition. But I know you've been eager for this. So I'm going to do this a little bit different than other people have done their videos. I'm going to tell you what it's really like living with this pack. Not just the specifications and this goes here, this goes there. I spend a lot of time with this pack. Camping with friends, hiking, doing a little bit of everything. So I'm going to give you the honest review about it. But just so you know, I'm a big fan of Savotta. I'm a big fan of this pack. So let's get into it. What we have here is the Savotta Kahakka 25. Of course, 25 means 25 liters. Starting at the top here, you got a loop filled. You can put your favorite morale patches, whatever. Got your two buckles. Opens up to the inside. We'll get to that later. First, there is a front pocket. You may be able to put a ground sheet, maps, documents, maybe your wallet, things like that in here. But it's a flat pocket that goes all the way down to where my hand is. Handy nonetheless. Let's talk about what this pack is. This is the finished skirmish pack. Yes, so that means an assault pack, in other words. That's what the size dictates, and that's kind of what it gives you, but it is old school European flair in the design. What do I mean by that? Well, it's got the rocket pouches on the side, but you also have PALS webbing on the front to attach other gear, and you have the G-hook system here and here to attach things, and we'll get to that as well. But this is a very European design and very basic. Sticking with the Savotta theme is sometimes less is more. They use the most durable products, use a proven design, and don't overload you with pockets and things like that to where you're going to lose your gear in. Or what pocket did I put that in? Oh goodness. But it is extremely solid. What's really cool about it is you have on the sides here, you have the rocket pouches, so to speak. They don't have tops on them, but they do use the excellent G-hook. So let's get started what I carry here. This is the grill system. You have the pre-filter bag, grill itself, grill mug, and lid. So basically, I have my water purification and a cook system right here. Only thing be missing is fire, right? So somebody to cook with it. Well, keep your handy gloves. Esbit stove. Perfect for this kind of system. You can use a smaller cup, but in a standalone day pack system, I kind of like carrying a bigger cup, just in case that's my only heating vessel, so to speak. Otherwise, I carry a coffee mug size, something like that. And what I'm pulling all this stuff out of is the top pocket. Basic little boo-boo kit. That's all that's in there for right now. This was my main pack all spring, all summer, and into the early fall. And in my opinion, as a day pack, something like that, it is excellent. Doesn't get much better. Does it have some flaws? Maybe a couple, but we'll get to that. Over here on the other side, 32-ounce Nalgene. Nothing special. But once you empty those out, these side pockets will fold down and sit flat against this pack, making it very slick, very sleek. And if it wasn't in this excellent MO5 woodland camo, I mean, nobody blinked twice at a pack shaped like this in town, walking through the store, anything really. So that is part of what living with this pack is like. I bought this pack not really knowing what to expect from it, besides it being excellent, because it is not my first Savotta pack. But I did buy this to, let's just say, dominate a size range in my pack lineup. And upon arrival, it immediately done just that. I was using a German style Alpine pack, about 30 liters or so, in respect to Blackie Thomas, but as soon as this pack arrived, that pack was fired, and it is currently up for sale with a friend of mine at her store. So what are you going to use this for? Let's think about the competition for a second in this pack. You got the Hill People Terra Humara, I think is how you say it. A lot of people love that pack. You got the Mystery Ranch 2-day assault pack, the 2DAP. Excellent pack. I have it as well. And this is where this pack come into fit for me. I bought this pack first and took it to some meet and greet events, I guess you could say, and done some hiking with it. And the more I've used it, the more I appreciate it. Okay. Well, I ended up buying the Mystery Ranch 2DAP and started using that as my everyday pack as a truck driver. That was my everyday EDC, go get me a shower, carry my clothes, do this, do that pack. And it is very comparable to this, but totally different in execution and let's say just The mystery wrench is a more modern pack, so to speak. This one draws more from the past. So what do you want? Do you want tradition? Do you want more modern features? It's really going to be up to you. But when you use them side by side, like I have, the more modern packs and say an older design style pack like this European design, it's funny how at the end of the day they're very similar. It just comes down to the little things that are going to make the biggest difference to you. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's go to this side of the pack, where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. There is no internal frame. You have a foam sheet on the inside. And you have a solid back panel of 500D Cordura. Okay? The shoulder straps attach very similar to the way the medium Alice pack straps do. And the actual shoulder straps themselves are fairly stiff, dense foam, and are kind of the saving grace to this pack, so to speak. They got a nice, good curve to them. You got your sternum strap. They're adjustable how they hook onto the D-ring here, but here at the bottom they hook on just like a medium Alice pack does. And this little modification I made, they're adjustable. There's no quick release. But here is where we come to the first, wouldn't say fault, but maybe something that Savotta didn't think of. This was actually designed for Finnish soldiers. It actually has a NATO number, okay? But you see right here at the bottom, there's not really much wings to it. It's just a folded piece of strap at an angle with a D-ring in it. And what that means is it doesn't allow much for those of us who are a little more awesome in the middle. And so you may have some irritation, some rubbing at the small of your back. Not the biggest thing in the world. It's comfortable for me. I'm pretty good sized guy. But some of you, it may be an issue. It may rub a little bit. May have to put a little bit of vinyl tape or something like that there. And that's the other thing about the bottom here. There is a waist belt, and it does have a bird buckle to it. I've never pulled them out. I haven't had the need to. If I need to keep this pack tighter to me, I'll reduce the weight in it and use something like a chest pack or a haversack. There we go. That's this side of the pack. I have not had an uncomfortable moment in this pack except for when I've had it overloaded and using it in conjunction with a haversack, and it was my fault for lack of experience. Other than that, this pack has been extremely comfortable. And surprisingly, it wears similar to the more modern designs, like your 2-dap. It's I don't know how Savotta does it, but they do it. Alright. So as far as living with this pack and packs of this size, what it forces you to do is use things that are multi-purpose or things that are more compact and lightweight. You're not going to use a 10-pound 0-degree military bag with this. It's just not going to happen. So really, I recommend this for the more temperate months. Usually I put almost my whole camp into a bedroll, and it rides right across here and leaves me this much room for other things. I've broke it down and it still rides kind of about the same. And the reason why I've broken it down, put things back in packages, is because I'm switching over to the winter weight stuff. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and we're going to open it up. I'm going to take some stuff out, show you what I carry, and we'll talk some more about the pack. So, okay, here are the main camp elements for me with this pack in the more moderate temperatures of the year. Start off, have German elephant skin, ground sheet, elephant skin for the win. If you learn nothing else, learn that. This stuff is awesome. Go to this side, you got a DD 3x3 tarp. This is not the ultralight tarp, but this carrying bag has room for stakes, extra guy lines, things like that. This tarp has never let me down. This is what's at the heart of it. In warm months, in my area up here in the western North Carolina mountains, the mosquitoes are no joke. The crawling stuff is no joke. If you're going to be on the ground, you need to be in some type of inner, tent inner, like a mesh inner with a bathtub. This is the One Wind. It's kind of minimal, but it works. It works best if you're using a guy line, but it will work with a trekking pole or a stick, whatever. This is sold to go along with the One Wind Cape Shelter, which I also have. That's my ultra lightweight cover element. But whoever designed these, I don't think they designed them together at the same time, because they don't work very well together. You can make it work, but it's not ideal. So I'd rather use this, the inner, and then fly a bigger tarp overhead and give me more living space. Make sense? It's all about comfort, right? Next, we have a Go Next sleeping bag. Yeah, snicker all you want about Go Next. But if Jeremiah Stringer, the king of Kentucky backpacking, can be sponsored by these guys, they gotta be pretty good. I've had this for years and I've never had a problem with it. So take it or leave it. Next we come to a UK, the large bivy bag. The smaller one, you gotta really wiggle into or be a smaller person to get into. For me, if I have my choice in the bivy, I always choose the biggest bivy available, especially in surplus. This gives you a lot of room across the shoulders. You can flip it over, use it as a rain tarp over top of you, or you just got the extra room in it. It's worth it to me if you're a larger individual, especially across the shoulders. This next bit of kit is something that you don't see a lot of people talking about. You have the old canvas style, light canvas sleeping bag covers back in like World War II, back in the 40s, which are pretty excellent, got brass zippers, and you lace them together with your sleeping bag, things like that. Well, now things have kind of flipped. You put the liner inside the bag. And this one you can use two ways. It has the tie-out points. This is made by Corinthia, by the way. He makes excellent gear. You can either tie it into a sleeping bag, or you can flip it inside out and have the tie-out points on the inside, and it's just like a big mummy bag sheet that wraps around you in comfort. I've used this several times in the summertime, and it is just excellent. But it's also good to carry in your warmer weather months in case your sleeping bag that you take, or quilt, whatever, is not enough. Add that to it, adds you more comfort, and increases your temperature range. Something to think about. And last but not least, just to leave it in here to fill out the bag. If you can't tell, I like European surplus. This is the UK warm weather sleeping bag. Many have copied it, but this is an excellent warm weather sleeping bag. In their modular sleep system, there's a lightweight bag, which is a copy of the Corinthia Tropin, but it is a little too warm to use in plus 50-degree weather, or 40-degree weather for that matter. This one here has got me down to the 50s, no problem, without having to use the liner. It's comfortable, it's wide. I love it. Okay, so you say, Sasquatch, that loadout you just showed, that's not what you've been preaching about, a full comfort loadout. You're right. But bags this size are more for your minimalist kit, your day hikes, easy overnighters, if you don't mind minimalism, things like that. But what is great about the Savotta products is most of them are designed to work together. So how do you make a smaller pack like this into a comfort pack? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Meet the Savotta Kahakka. And with the G-hooks, it hooks up on either side and gives you an extra 12 liters of capacity. What do I use that 12 liters for? Well, the Kahakka is a perfect tent bag. The way it's set up, but what I have in mind, table, and a chair. That to me adds a whole lot of comfort to any pack system that you're carrying with you. And it's not too heavy if you get the right stuff. But also, it's extra room for clothing, it's extra room for food, whatever. So, depending on how much you pack out your Kahakka, or Kahakka, excuse me, will depend on what else you need to carry with you. You got a lot of options. Like I said, this is my warm weather running kit right here, which is most of the year here, but it does get cold in the winter. I'm shifting this out. That's why I went ahead and emptied this pack out. And what am I moving to? Like I said, I love Savotta. Meet the Kahakka's big brother. It's This is my cool weather, fall, early winter, anything except for extreme winter temperatures. This is the one. I love me some Savotta. Well, this has been great. Thank you all for joining me. If you have any questions, let me know. If I didn't cover something on the Kahakka that you wanted to know about, if I didn't cover something on the Kahakka that you wanted to know about, let me know. But expect a full review on this, and we'll catch you next time.